A lot of what I do and my job entails spending time on foot, walking in the bush. There's tracks here of 2 bull elephants walking down the road. Good morning everyone, welcome back to another episode of Shamwari TV. I'm out and about on foot this morning. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. A lot of what I do and my job entails spending time on foot, walking in the bush. It's a magical part and a beautiful way of experiencing nature. It allows you to become very in tune with nature. You have to use your senses a lot. You get a completely different perspective on nature. And it's a really exciting way of experiencing the bush. So tag along this morning and enjoy it. So this is the type of sign you want to look for in the morning, nice fresh stuff. There's not much activity over this. There's tracks here of 2 bull elephants walking down the road. If we have a look at the track over here, we can see the nice big round front foot and a much more angular back foot. And that divot at the front over there giving a good indication of the direction where it's headed. And this smoother area at the back of the foot over here creating this crescent-shaped moon, this nice smooth surface. Very often when you're driving in a vehicle, it's just that nice smooth crescent shape at the back that you'll be able to see. That gives you an indication of direction. So I think this is fresh enough sign for me to follow up on. I think there's a good chance we'll actually find them. So I'm going to head off in this direction and see what we find. So those tracks that we picked up on this morning, we've now been following in the general direction, and we've come across this. And this is relatively fresh elephant dung. You can see the flies are starting to arrive to it. There's all this urine in the area as well. The ground is still wet and muddy from the urine, so very, very fresh. It's still completely wet on the outside, and you can see the content is made up of very, very rough fibrous material. There is some grass in there, but mainly comprised of a lot of twigs, and there's a still green leaf, undigested green leaf. So the dung on this road over here is where we're going to follow up on now. I can see the tracks heading down the road over there. Elephants often walk on roads, it's their big game trails. The roads always lead somewhere to water, away from water, feeding grounds, and the elephants use that to their advantage. So I'm going to follow up on these tracks and we should be lucky. So, after spending the morning following up on tracks of these guys, picking up on signs, fresh dung, and just working out movement, direction, that type of stuff, we've managed to spot them up on the hillside over there. The set of tracks of 2 that we got is obviously from these guys. Very often you get these young bull elephants that'll form these loose kind of friendship bonds. They'll stay together for a while. They may or may not be related, maybe cousins from a breeding herd. As youngsters, they were friends. They formed a bond. And
as they've been kicked out of the herd when they get to, puberty, 13, 14, 15 years of age. They then form these loose aggregations. Obviously with elephants, their sense of smell is very, very good. So what I'm constantly checking and feeling and just making sure of is the wind direction. Sometimes it is quite nice if these young bulls do know that you're there, just so that they don't get a fright. But again, each situation is unique and different. Elephants can be seen as quite destructive feeders. They'll smash a whole tree down and then just eat a very small portion of it. But there's multiple roles and benefits to elephants feeding like that. They ingest seeds, and a lot of the time it's that internal body temperature of the elephant's digestive system that triggers the germination process. The seeds then pass through a very poor digestive tract, and they go undigested and get deposited in these nice big balls of dung, which is just pure compost. And it's that start to life for that seed that's germinating that actually produces all these new trees. And there are about 19 different tree species that are actually very reliant on elephants for propagation. So as destructive as the feeding patterns are, it's also very beneficial to the environment. So while we're walking, we focused on 2 animals up here. But the thing to remember is there's always animals moving around you. On this pathway that we're on over here, there's very fresh hippo down. And at this time of the year, we know hippos are out of the water as well. So again, we don't want to focus all of our attention here. We want to actually be aware of what's around us as well. So our wind direction is good. It's coming from the elephants towards us that way. We're at about 60, 65 meters now. And they don't have a clue that we're here. With these guys not moving much and busy feeding, this is a perfect opportunity for us to move into the area, watch them, observe their behavior, and extract out without them ever becoming aware of us. See, an elephant always needs to be aware of gradient, just how their body is designed and sideways on a slope. And articulation of the hips and that actually gives for quite comical movement sometimes. So there's 3 different types of elephants. There's the Asian elephant, which is much smaller than the African elephant. But then within the African elephant, there's also 2 different ones. There's the forest elephant, which is more Central Africa and also slightly smaller. And then these guys, the savanna elephant. And these are the guys that, on average, the bulls 4 to 6.5 tons. They can be very, very big indeed. Well, that's been a fantastic morning with these elephants. We've approached them on foot. We viewed them and we're about to leave, and they don't have a clue that we've been here. It's been an amazing morning to sit and watch the behavior. And how these 2 young bulls form these friendships and relationships and bonds that'll last for years and years. So we're going to head out now. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Stay tuned for the next one.
Hello everyone, my name's Andrew Kearney. I'm the Ranger Manager at Shamwari Private Game Reserve. I just want to take a moment to say thank you very much for all the support and feedback that we've been getting on our brand new channel, Shamwari TV. If you haven't followed us yet, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. Stay tuned for our next episode, and I'll see you right here at Shamwari Private Game Reserve.